I'd like to welcome you to the Niagara Peace and Dialogue Awards Ceremony 2012.
Dear honorees of tonight, dignitaries, guests, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Niagara Foundation, I want to welcome you to Niagara Peace and Dialogue Awards 2012. Our co-chairs this evening are Governor Pat Quinn, Secretary of State Jesse White, Mayor Rahm Emanuel, and the City Club of Chicago, and Lori Healy.
I'm proud to be here at my second Peace and Dialogue Awards, and the work of the Niagara Foundation is important, and I'm proud to be here to support it. I have a message to read from the mayor, who is indeed very busy, and sends his profound regrets, but has been honored to serve as a co-chair of this wonderful event. As mayor, and on behalf of the city of Chicago, I extend warmest greetings to you and all those attending the Niagara Peace and Dialogue Awards in Chicago 2012. In Chicago, we too strive to create an environment that promotes global fellowship. The Niagara Foundation provides a safe and nurturing environment and serves as a catalyst for societal peace and love in support of human dignity and common good. Your organization embodies the spirit of diversity that our city so greatly values. I join your organization and everyone gathered to celebrate during this momentous occasion and congratulate the individuals and organizations who are being recognized tonight. It is through the diligent efforts of those being honored that we are able to make progress, not only as a city, but as a nation and a world. Please accept my appreciation for the leadership you provide and hope you have a successful and productive award ceremony. Best wishes for much continued success. Sincerely, Rahm Emanuel, Mayor. Thank you.
On behalf of the City Club of Chicago and on behalf of Roosevelt University, where I work, and my president's here, so you know I'm going to mention that, and all the other big shots from Roosevelt, we are very happy to support the Niagara Foundation and this great event. So thank you all very much, and the City Club of Chicago is very proud to be a co-chairman of this event.
On behalf of Niagara Foundation, I'd like to welcome you to the 2012 Peace and Dialogue Awards ceremony. Niagara Foundation is an organization that is committed to work towards making this world even brighter through community service, strengthening diversity through dialogue, and preventing conflicts by spreading human values such as compassion, understanding, and respect. We have come together to applaud the heroes of love and honor their prominent service and significant contributions to the Chicago community. The individuals that will be honored tonight know what it is like to bear the burdens of public service, but what separates their accomplishments from the rest is they did it all while representing the most respectable and universal ideals. Each and every one of our honorees has proven dreams of hope can become reality. Through hard work, dreams of peace, cross-cultural tolerance, and human dignity can be realized. I consider it a great privilege to be in their presence tonight and would like to congratulate our honorees and thank them once again for their impressive work.
Mr. Fethullah Gulen is not able to be with us this evening. He is the honorary chair of tonight and whose life and thought is the inspiration for the Niagara Foundation. He has, however, sent a letter, and I'm inviting the Reverend Stanley Davis, co-executive director of the Council of Religious Leaders of Metropolitan Chicago, to convey Mr. Gulen's message.
It's an honor for me to bring the greetings of Imam Fethullah Gulen to our gathering this evening. Mr. Gulen is a pioneer who dedicated his life to working for interfaith understanding, harmony, and peace. Mr. Gulen is doing all of this through a vast network of outlets, both in his home country of Turkey and now throughout the world. Media, education, business, and locally the Niagara Foundation are pieces collectively known as the Gulen Movement. My wife Christine and I had the privilege to meet with Mr. Gulen at his home in Wind Gap, Pennsylvania. We found in him the force of a true leader deeply committed to world peace through his message of respect and love for each person on the planet. For me to have been the first recipient of the Fethullah Gulen Award in Chicago in 2006 was a most meaningful moment in my life, especially after discussions of our common work in person with Mr. Gulen himself. Now the message from Imam Fethullah Gulen to our dinner tonight. I believe that a person's value in the sight of the Almighty Creator is in direct proportion to the nobility of their ideals. And the most evident indication of having noble ideals is an individual's decision to sacrifice pleasure in order to strive in selfless devotion for the common good. The ones who act with this spirit offer everything they have, holding nothing back in their time, knowledge, wealth, and vision. In sum, every gift God has given them for the benefit of humanity. Such people inhale the breath of peace to others in verse, in prose, in painting, in music, in different branches of the arts and sciences. But above all, they breathe peace by personally bringing a true embodiment of universal human values. Whatever their religion, nationalities, ethnicity, or gender, whatever they may be, they never fail to look upon all humanity with compassion, extending a helping hand to everyone with a deep feeling of affection. They seek to bring healing to every corner of our world by running like fresh water to all those in need. They are heroes of love. They feel deeply connected to all existence. They embrace everyone and everything with compassion. They draw their community and its people into their warm embrace of deep love. In this love, they fill the chasms between different alienated segments of society, building bridges of empathy with everyone they meet, holding firm to their own philosophy and faith of life in one hand. They see the existence of other perspectives and philosophies as a reality, and with the other hand, they reach out in the search for ways of peaceful coexistence, cooperation, and mutual respect. They show contempt to no one, and they do injury to no one, regardless of the many significant differences of ethnic background, religion, belief, sect, and throughout that sometimes, and with that, sometimes sets us at odds with one another. The Niagara Foundation humbly offers Peace and Dialogue Awards each year in order to recognize some of these heroes of love, of whom I have just spoken. One of the purposes of these awards is to offer our gratitude to God for sending us such heroes. Another purpose is to encourage others to follow their example of lives committed to the service of others and the welfare of the human family. I thank and congratulate from the bottom of my heart the honorable people receiving this year's awards and the important organizations they lead and represent. I sincerely congratulate the volunteers of the Niagara Foundation for all their hard work in the path of dialogue, friendship, and uncompromising mutual respect. And finally, I offer my thanks and congratulations to all the guests who accepted this invitation in the name of friendship and who braved the challenges of this busy time in Chicago to celebrate God's heroes of love. M. Fethullah Gulen.
And now, on your screen, once again, you're going to see the honorees who will receive their awards this evening. as my grandchildren would say, how cool was that? Wasn't that tremendous? The Niagara Commitment Award tonight will be received by Anne Pramaggiore. Introducing Anne and presenting her award is Gloria Castillo.
This evening, I have the special pleasure of introducing Anne Pramaggiore. On behalf of the Niagara Foundation, I'm honored to present the Niagara Commitment Award to Anne Pramaggiore in grateful recognition for her unique dedication, commitment to diversity, and her lifelong commitment in fostering communication between communities and contributions in education, government, and business. Please join me in welcoming Anne Pramaggiore to the podium.
Iak Shamlar. Thank you. I'm delighted to be here, and thank you, Gloria, for that wonderful introduction. The Niagara Foundation is also one of Chicago's special institutions, an institution that has set itself apart and also helps set Chicago apart. They ensure that the Niagara Foundation stands for acceptance and understanding, and offer an even deeper engagement on these serious issues by celebrating the organizations who join Niagara in this commitment. We are most fortunate that you are part of the city. Thank you. Thank you, Niagara, on behalf of ComEd and Exelon, the 26,000 people who work in the family of companies of which I am a part, and who live the values of diversity, inclusion, respect, and community every day. Tonight, we have focused our attention on 3 organizations and 3 people receiving awards. A television station known for boldly taking on our city's most challenging issues, a Chicago-based symphony that connects all over the world with the impact of its music, and an electric utility company that counts diversity and community among its core values. At the very center tonight, connecting all these organizations around this critical concept of understanding and inclusion is the Niagara Foundation. The phrase social networks is of recent vintage, used to describe new communications platforms like Facebook and Twitter that reflect places in our wireless world where people connect to one another. But this concept is as old as humanity and does not require a wireless network to be impactful. In my mind, the city of Chicago runs on one of the most sophisticated and effective social networks anywhere in the world. Business organizations connect with public organizations, which connect with community organizations, which connect with individuals. We use these social networks to get things done in this town. We are known as the city that works. We use this network to support the values being celebrated here tonight. Chicago's social network is one of our most significant sources of value in the city. So on behalf of ComEd, I'm proud to be a part of this social network, the network that lives and celebrates these values. Thank you once again for this wonderful recognition. Chok Teshakular.
Now, tonight's media award goes to Mr. Daniel J. Schmidt, the president and CEO of Window to the World Communications, Inc., WTTW. Right. To introduce Dan, I'm inviting Mr. Mike Koldyke to present the media award.
On behalf of Window to the World Communications, WTTW Channel 11, and WFMT, we thank the Niagara Foundation for this award to Dan Schmidt.
Okay. That's my talking.
Merhaba.
Tushika. I've been thinking lately about a line that really resonated with me from the Niagara Foundation statement about their vision. And I quote, "In a world where even the farthest point is within an arm's reach, it is impossible to live anywhere without experiencing diversity." So in the world of broadcasting, the farthest point within an arm's reach is often a remote, a mouse, or a touchpad. Whatever it is that connects our viewers, one thing hasn't changed. After 55 years, we are still your window to the world. The heart of our mission is to provide programming that brings Chicago and the world together, inviting our viewers to explore the knowledge and creative life of the arts, sciences, humanities, and public affairs. Well, WTTW is very proud to be added to the prestigious lists of Niagara Foundation's Peace and Dialogue Award recipients. We all care a whole awful lot. This award serves as a valuable reminder that we are all committed to the same goal, to create a more inclusive, tolerant, and understanding world for the next generation. Tushika.
Now, tonight's Global Vision Award goes to a well-known Chicago institution, the Chicago Symphony Orchestra. Deborah Rutter, president of the Chicago Symphony Orchestra, will accept the award on behalf. Now, Mr. Scott Alexander is going to present the Global Vision Award. Please welcome Professor Scott Alexander.
Peace be with you. There is a well-known hadith of the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, which says quite simply, "Inna Allaha jamilun yuhibbul jamal." Verily, God is a beautiful being who loves beauty. This hadith expresses a foundational element of Quranic epistemology in the form of two closely related ideas. The first is that everything God has created in the natural world, and especially the human being, is a sign of its divine author, an ayatullah. The second is that the beautiful things human beings themselves produce are precisely in their beauty not only pleasing to God, but also signs of the existence and majesty of God as the ultimate source of everything that is beautiful and good. I've learned from my colleague and mentor, Dr. Shakila Hassan, who's with us this evening, to appreciate the degree to which the beauty of God's creation is expressed in the primal medium of sound. In her groundbreaking work bringing together people of different faiths in the appreciation of the sacred sounds of one another's traditions, Dr. Hassan has underscored the fact that sound is the first way in which the fetus connects with his or her mother, as well as with the wider world into which she or he will soon be born. Our third honoree this evening is a woman who understands at the very core of her being the way in which sound is both a primal and a sublime medium for the expression of beauty in our lives and for connecting with one another across our many differences. She is a woman who has dedicated her life to enriching the lives of countless men, women, and children with the beauty of music. She is, as our gracious MC mentioned in introducing me, none other than Ms. Deborah F. Rutter, president of the Chicago Symphony Orchestra Association. In thanksgiving to God for the gift of beauty in our world, and especially for the sublime gift of music, which our third honoree helps bring to this wonderful city of Chicago and to the world, it is my distinct privilege to present to you this evening's recipient of the Niagara Global Vision Award, and to call to the podium Ms. Deborah F. Rutter, president of the Chicago Symphony Orchestra.
I akshamlar, burada olmaktan çok mutluyum. I tried. On behalf of the Chicago Symphony Orchestra, it is a great, great honor to be here. This is amongst my very first opportunities to get to know the Niagara Foundation. But I've heard so much about it from friends and colleagues, and the experiences that I've had this evening and in the days prior have shown to me that the work of the foundation in building bridges of understanding and friendship on both local and global levels is magnificent. From what I have heard this evening and read about the inspiring example and teaching of Niagara's honorary chairman, Mr. M. Fethullah Gulen, none of this success is surprising. As a young girl, I had the opportunity to learn music in school and was inspired by teachers to pursue my passion. That fundamental gift of encouragement and support and understanding by those teachers, by those mentors, is what has given me this vocation and ultimately this position. On behalf of all of the members of the Chicago Symphony Orchestra, I'd like to say thank you for this award, and we have a small gift. It's the best gift that we can offer to say thank you.
As I was listening to the honorees and to those who introduced them talking about the impact of the Niagara Foundation, my thoughts once again went to my parents, immigrants. I'm first generation, in particular my mother. And why was I thinking about her? Because I was thinking about the essence of everything that everyone up on this stage, accepting these awards, was talking about. Diversity, inclusion, love for each other. My mother would say her first language, as I said, was not English, it was Yiddish. And she would say, Der ganze Welt ist dein Mishpacha. What that means, we are all family. And if ever that philosophy was expressed, it is expressed wholeheartedly in the work of the Niagara Foundation. So let's applaud that philosophy.
I think the last several days here in Chicago have given us an opportunity to fully appreciate the purpose of the Niagara Foundation and the need for an organization which promotes peace and dialogue between cultures, nations, political perspectives, and proponents of varying beliefs and values. Nations large and small have gathered here to discuss their varying approaches to assuring the safety of their citizens and their societies, and others here have challenged their purpose and their direction, as we've noted, with some considerable enthusiasm. Through it all, it became evident that open dialogue between nations, individual citizens, and political activists is vital to moving our countries and our societies forward in a peaceful manner. Tonight, we have gathered to honor leaders in the business, media, and arts communities who, through their commitment to our community, have promoted global fellowship for which the Niagara Foundation was formed. We are honored then to thank them and to try and emulate their actions. And good night.
Well, it's been a tremendous evening, and I'm just delighted to be here. I have such wonderful friends at the Niagara Foundation. the people who run the organization live the values on a very personal level, and that is very, very important, very meaningful, and it's great for the city of Chicago. So, wonderful group here tonight, representatives from all parts of the community, the business community, the arts, culture, and it's just a great gathering, and it's a great organization. It brings a network of people together. One of the things that I love best about Chicago is the interconnections between all the different parts of our city, and it was represented here tonight.
It was just a wonderful honor to not only be a part of the ceremony, and but also to be an honoree. WTTW and all of us there really concur with the values of the Niagara Foundation, and we think that that it's a wonderful partnership, and it's wonderful to see all of the terrific work that the Niagara Foundation has been able to do in such a short time since being active in Chicago.
Well, I was very honored to be able to represent the Chicago Symphony Orchestra, because the concept of sharing music is about touching people individually, but most of the time we're in a big group. When you play in a concert hall or even in an event like this where the musicians performed for this group. So to be able to have that and share it, for me, was something that was very special.